February has surely been a month, that's for sure. I don't even know where to start. So, cheers. I barely took a sip there, to be honest with you. Hold on, let me get a better sip. That was a bit better, decent. Sit down, relax. We have a lot to unpack for February. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mand. So February was a month. Well, yes, obviously meant it was a month. It's the second month of the year, but excuse me. Um, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about it. To be honest, it sure was a lot. So if you're new here and you don't know, my birthday's in February, and I love normally my birthday, and I love celebrating not only my own birthday, but I love celebrating birthdays in general. I feel like it's such a celebration of life, and just looking back on all your achievements and how far you've come, XYZ. I have to say, the last couple of years, and this isn't me manifesting anything or anything like that, but or putting it out into the universe, whatever way you want to say it, there has always been kind of lately, like I said, the last couple of years, like a mishap around my birthday. Very unfortunate, a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Like life happens regardless. I mean, like, look, at the end of the day, life goes on and doesn't care whether it's your birthday or not, so it doesn't really make a difference. But February was a really testy month. I definitely found there was a lot of things that just in my own personal life that I had to deal with. I'm like, oh my goodness me. Patience was a big thing that came up, and just even certain things taken note of and whatnot. I'm like, right, okay. But overall, all in all, did it start my birthday? Did it start how we planned? No. But did it all work out in the end? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And it kind of got me thinking then about like how we're all sitting around the table and telling stories and sharing different bits and pieces and the art of storytelling. And because my brain is always it's always on, it never stops. So I'm always constantly thinking, and then different ideas as well for here, because I love hanging out with you and I love chatting with you. And I had planned to get a lot more done in February than I actually did, and that's okay. March is just around the corner, so I feel like there's more opportunity. Although I say that, and I've looked at our calendar and it's just mental busy, but I know I can slot things in. It's not a case where it's a good busy. Do you know what I mean? It's all good things. So yeah, I was spoiled rotten for my birthday. I will show you some of the bits that I got. I also want to talk about some books. It wasn't a very heavy month of deck use, to be honest. I think I stuck with like one, two pairings, and the pairing that I'm currently working with, I'll probably carry it into March. So it really wasn't a month where I found myself reaching for my decks all that often, but I'll explain that when I flip you guys around because I can show you exactly what I was up to. But I definitely found this month I felt for myself energetically, I don't know if anybody else is feeling the same, that I was putting myself under unnecessary pressure to get lots of things done that wasn't really a priority. It didn't need to be done right now. And sorry, I had to adjust you guys there a little bit. But as I was saying, it was definitely a month where I just felt like I was always one step behind everything. I was just putting unnecessary pressure on myself, and I definitely went through a lot of different things, even spiritually, a lot of things that I had to dive deep. I don't guess it was shadow work. There was a lot of things within myself that I needed to have a look at, which can be like, that can be hard, that can be tough because we mightn't always want to look at those aspects of ourselves. And especially Especially like kind of when your birthday comes up. Well, if you're like me, then you love when your birthday rolls around. But there was a lot of things that I needed to sit there and I needed to have a look at. So mm, we've done it, we've gone through it, and I'm feeling much better for it. But there was a lot of journaling. And again, once I flip you guys around, I will show you all the kind of different things that I've been talking about or talking about that I've been talking about here. As for gifts, I will show you what I got. This wasn't a gift, I picked it up myself. I got a new color piece, you guys. If you know me, you know I normally go for the darker colors. I don't like bright colors. I quite like this. Will I probably change my mind down the line? Maybe. I'll probably go back to my dark one. But I like this. Jamie helped me pick it out, so it was really nice. But yeah, so I got loads of little bits. Like I'm looking here beyond the camera on my desk because I got actually quite a few bits. So this isn't me bragging. This is just me showing you what I got up to this month. We also watched quite a few movies as well, and I didn't touch upon this last month. We watched a lot of movies in January and even in February. So I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I know we watched Leap Year. That was very good. That was really, really fun. And I know I seen it like years ago. So that was really good. And then I'm trying to think, what else did we watch? Recently I know we watched Good Fortune, which is with Keanu Reeves and Seth Rogen, and there's another guy. It was okay. I wouldn't be too gone on that. It's like where Keanu Reeves is a guardian angel, and it kind of goes along the lines of where he kind of messes up and then a chain of events and whatnot. So it's good. It was all right. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't watch it again. And then we also watched Bridget Jones' Mad About That Boy, or Mad About the Boy. It was fine. It is what you expect of Bridget Jones's Diaries and that franchise. But I said, Jamie's like, some things just need to be, just need to let him go. They need to let him go. Did I think it was necessary for a fourth movie? No. Does anybody really care? Probably not. Will I share it with you here anyway? Yeah. Franchise. Just let it go. Let it end like that. It's totally good. We don't need another movie. But in saying that, it's kind of like the Fast and Furious. Do we need any more movies out of that? No. Will I watch them? Yes. So, double edged sword and all that. So, off the top of my head, let's talk about some books. So, if you know, last month I finished The Hurricane Wars by Tia Wanzan. I'm probably butchering that, but I finished this last month and I really enjoyed it. It's okay. It's all about kind of like a forced marriage and enemies to lover, and obviously a magical system and all that kind of stuff. They're at war, and then there's just a whole lot to unpack. I feel like the first 50, 60, if not 100 pages of that book was just constant world building and magic systems and all that thrown at you. Whereas, like, okay, cool, slow down. I'm not understanding this. I really don't want my pen and paper to be jotting down notes and understanding this. But I did read the second one, so I got A Monsoon Rising. And I think this is a trilogy, but the third one isn't out yet. I did not know that. But of course, as we know, moving on, I don't want to give any spoilers for anybody that wants to read this, but it's kind of like a whole shadow and light aspect. He's the shadow, she's the light, and they're working together, but then there's this whole conflict in their own mind about each other, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. But am I going to read the third one? Yes. But did I find the characters slightly irking? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, no, I did. There was no maybe. I really did. I found myself doing this kind of just fucking talk to each other. I can sometimes get very involved in books, like really immersed in the books, and yeah, I definitely found myself just going, you're overthinking this and you're overcomplicating things that don't need to be complicated. Well, I suppose maybe they are, but anyway, look, let's be honest, they liked each other from the get-go, they just didn't know it. Now the next book, I have to reach over because I forgot. No, not too bad. By the time I'm hoping this is uploaded, it's only in a few days, I will be finished this. I'm only, what page am I on? I am on page 228, and there's only like 285, 86 pages in this book. Old Ways, Old Secrets, Pagan Ireland. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should do a whole video on this, but then again, I don't want to bore you because I don't want to like spoil any of the book. But basically, this is touching upon different topics in Ireland and how Ireland was before Christianity came here. And it's so super interesting. And some of the folklore and myths and whatnot I kind of knew of, but there's others that I was not aware of. It also goes through like the different Sabbats and how Samhain and Bealtaine are two of the biggest Celtic festivals here and how they were celebrated. But even all the Sabbats were celebrated in their own way, and just different beliefs and superstitions. Like Ireland was superstitious, really superstitious, still is. And I love the way that she explains how, again, if you want me to talk about this in another video, that's totally fine. If you don't, that's, I will take no offense whatsoever. But if you have any questions about it, please feel free to message me, because holy moly, this is really good. I'm really, really enjoying it. Now, I seem to take forever to read nonfiction because I'm trying to get into my noggin, right? I'm trying to retain information, but I do have it tabbed. Can you even see that? Yeah. And I've kind of written in the pages kind of, or on sticky notes, either or. But I just love it. I love how Ireland was actually quite modern for its time back in pagan times, and then Christianity came and just threw back, like way back, way, it just feels way outdated to how it is now, if that makes sense. Even though I know we still kind of have our moments here where it's a little bit, okay, that's a little bit backwards, but I just love how, in one sense, modern the pagans were in Ireland. Like, just for example, just not to keep you too long talking about this book, but how, because they were under law, Brehon law, and it was touched upon in the Old Moors Almanac. And I found it completely fascinating. Now, I know she actually does a book on Brehon law, the Brehon law, it's there. So I'm definitely going to want to pick that up at some stage, because I have other books that I do want to read before that. But how when couples got married, there was like specific times in the year that they might do a hand fasting ritual and get married then. And then they were married for a year and a day. And if after a year and a day it didn't work out, there's like no hard feelings. It was like, okay, cool. That was like a great year and a day. See you later. We're ending on good terms. I'm not really sad about it. Bye. And that was it. And like if they did have children, then the children were raised by the mother's family. So it's just super interesting how things were back then, whereas obviously now you have divorce and all that stuff, right? So, there's far more legalities, whereas back then it was like, right, it's like, here's a trial run, see how you get on for a year today. And yeah, sure, if you're happy with it, work away. And if not, well, then close the chapter and move on. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. And the last book I want to talk about that I got into, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It is by Jodi Picoult, I think, by any other name. I got this in the charity shop, so it is completely battered and beaten. That's fine. I don't mind that. Now, oh, I only lost my sticky tabs. It's okay. I was going to say, if I lost my bookmark, we're kind of in trouble. No, I'll take note now. 183. That's how many pages I'm in. This book is quite chunky. I'm so awkward doing this. It has like, what, 500 and something odd pages. Basically, it's going between two women in two different eras. So you have Amelia, and she is in the Elizabethan era, and then you have Melina. I was trying to think of her name there. Thank God it's written on the back because you can see this book has really impacted me. Now, I wanted to get into annotating. You can't see it because the tabs are really light coloured. And writing in my books because I want to start putting my thoughts on my books. I I really don't know how I feel about it because it goes from Elizabethan London to modern day Manhattan. And basically it is about how Melina is a playwright writer and Amelia is her relation way back when. And the story is how Emilia here is actually a playwright, poet, and that she paid an actor called William Shakespeare. So the whole theory behind this is that William Shakespeare was just a front for Emilia's work and so on and so forth. And then Melina kind of goes forward, having written a play and under a male pseudonym. So I don't know how I feel about it. I am enjoying it and I'm not at the same time. I find it a bit tedious, and there's certain parts of the book where I'm like, mm. So yeah, there's that. Will I finish it? I don't know. Not really sure. It's not grabbing me. Whereas like Monsoon Rising, I kind of really was like getting through the pages. I want to know. It might have irked me, but I want to know. So I've talked enough about books. I'm gonna flip you guys around. We're going to talk about some of my journals, decks, and some of the lovely gifts that I also got for my birthday. All right, so I have to turn you guys around a little bit. I'm hoping that this isn't too loud. So I wanted to touch upon some of the things that I picked up myself first, and then I will show you some of the stuff that Jamie got me. Also, I forgot to mention my parents also and my Oma got me a bird table. It is so extremely cute, so cute. So starting off with these little cuties. As you know, I love the Sylvanian families. So these are the fantasy, I can't remember what they're called, but they're in those like little packs. You don't know which one you're going to get. So I got this cute little fox, and we call this like a little bear. I don't know. But look at her. She's so cute with her little mushroom. So, oh. And then I was in Mr. Price, and they sell crystals. And of course, the nosiness in me had to pick it up. So I got this Aura Geode. It was too cute not to. So you've probably noticed that in my videos lately. And then they also had this Angel Aura Amethyst. And to be fair, I think they were like $5.99, which isn't overly out of the way. But I thought for anybody who might want to start collecting crystals or anything like that, you know, it's a great starting point. Would it be a place I totally recommend? No. But of course, I had to try them out. Then I went to TK Maxx. Of course, I did. I had to have a nose, right? They've had nothing really lately. But I found this in the reduced section, and it's in agate bookend. It was only €11. Excuse me. Now, I'm not too gone on the gold foiling here, but like it is so good. For €11, I wasn't going to leave it behind. So I'm hoping at some stage when I go in next that they might have them still, and I might pick up a second one. I then went into the range and I wanted to get a new pencil case because my other one is very autumn. And they had this Hello Kitty pencil case and it was reduced as well. So it was only like €3. I couldn't not get it. So that's super cute. And then I also wanted to get a new pen because, like I said, I'm really into annotating or learning how to annotate at the moment in my books. And I have these two pens at the moment, and they are the Uni Pen Fine Line. This is 0.4. Now that's small, but it's still too big for a book. That's a black one, and then I have this grey one, which is 0.5, and that one's too big as well. Plus it's too light. It's very, very light. So I like these pens. I want to get another one. So I got the 0.1, and it's in black, and look at that. So I'm hoping against hope that this will be perfect for writing in my books. So let's get into some of the goodies that Jamie treated me to. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to show this. Okay, I wanted to show you the card that he got me because I know a lot of you love what we do in the shadows. How awesome is this? This pride and joy. I absolutely love it. And I can hear it in Lazo's voice too. So obsessed with it. Now, there are some bits that I'm not showing because one, he so kindly gifted me a voucher for Kenny's. So I've been perusing online and like putting things in the cart, out of the cart, in the cart, out the cart. I'll eventually pick stuff that I want to pick up. So that would be probably in March's video. And I also got a lovely hoodie. It has like pigs on it. They're so cute. And he also got me really comfy, cozy slip-on Ugg booty type things. They're like Uggs, if that makes sense. So no particular order here. He gave me this. Oh, isn't this beautiful? I've never actually seen this or heard of this, but they have all the Sabbats. So he's like, I know you were into looking into Imbolg, and of course it's on St. Bridget's Day, and I thought it was just so sweet. So I'm definitely going to read it regardless that Imbolg has passed. Doesn't matter. And I just love the way there's like little snippets of everything about Imbolg. So again, it's so super thoughtful. And this, I was so excited. This is so adorable. But he got me this Hobonichi notebook. I know it's not totally in frame, but it's with the Moomins on it. How adorable is that? So it is. Oh, I have a little postcard and say, oh, there it is with the Sylvanian. So it's the Baby Woodland Fairy costume series. I really want to get this one. It's like amethyst. Actually, I want to get all of them, like, let's be honest. But I had obviously said, probably out loud, that I wasn't sure whether I wanted to get a Hobonichi because I'm struggling with the set dates. And I love the Hobonichi papers. Like, oh my gosh, they're so nice. So he got me the journal instead. How just, oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I don't know yet what I want to do with it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. And then I was told I was not allowed to buy any decks in February, which I did buy one, but I think that was early February. It was the Starman Tarot. You guys will see that in a minute. But now I can go and pick up a few decks, which you know I'm going to do from Kenny's. But he got me the Inner Temple Oracle. Like, ah, so cute. Honestly, girls, fellas, whoever's watching, do not settle. Okay, don't settle when it comes to your partner. He's like, I know you had mentioned it, and he went and he got it. This is by Rebecca Campbell. I actually really love all of Rebecca's decks. They're really good. They work for me, and I like that kind of stuff. This is one of the coolest ones ever. I'll definitely show more of it. If you want to see a walkthrough, I'll definitely do that. But look at this. How amazing is this? So you can pop the card that you've picked for the day in here. Now mine is wonky. I don't know why. Oh, here. No, still wonky. Now, I've been loving this, and it is kind of the typical Rebecca Campbell, but style deck. I should have finished that sentence, but I'm really loving this for the reason being is this one just has key titles or keywords. There's no big blurb on it, and I'm loving it. So this is one of the oracles I'm actually currently working with at the moment, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So let's get into the journals and then we'll wrap up with the decks. So the journals, I think I've mentioned these in January as well, but a brain dump. Get yourself one. Oh my goodness, this has been a huge, huge help for me this month. I mean, no matter how I was feeling, angry, happy, sad, overwhelmed, it's gone into this. I'm like, look how many pages I've written. And for me, currently, that's quite good. Loving it. 10 out of 10 recommend. I just wanted to quickly mention that. I am loving this. I'm not going to show my file of facts because this is already a really long video, but I have been using that kind of as an everyday and all that. I'm loving this. Okay, the charms are very noisy. I do apologize. But I'm loving the system so much. So as you can see, I have like 4 notebooks. I'm really only using these 3 at the moment. This one, oh, I did the front of it. I've kind of just been using for tarot spreads or challenges or anything like that. This one is like my daily. So I did start off like writing it in chunks. I didn't like how that was looking. And then I started decorating the pages. So as you can see, I've actually pre-decorated it, which makes it so much easier and so less overwhelming. I mean, I really like how this looks. I don't have the nicest handwriting, so we're not going to talk about that. This is my little ID, movie, IDs, content, all that kind of stuff. Been loving it. And then my Magic Musings is my kind of on the go grimoire, just a non fuss. And I've been really enjoying this. I'm just trying to see. What did I? Oh, yeah, that's kind of a tarot spread. But I've been been trying to get back into paints and colors and all that stuff. Am I the best at drawing? No. Do I care? No. But adventure seemed to come up a lot for me, and I want to write like a little affirmation and draw a door and whatnot. So I took inspiration from an oracle deck and kind of made the twist my own. Okay, that's all on journals basically. If you got anything from this, I would 100% tell you get a brain dump. Get a brain dump journal for sure. So let's get into the text. So the first pairing that I worked with for the majority of February, to be honest, was the Starman Tarot. Okay, I don't, right. This one is the newest one by Red Feather. I did pick this up myself. Okay, when I seen that it was available, I like went straight out, clicked buy now, and all that. And I actually paired it with the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle. Now, for the most part, I enjoyed this pairing. Would it be one of my favorite pairings? No, even though it's so funny because I still worked with it throughout the month. I suppose it just became familiar. But I love this deck. I love this deck. Oh my gosh. And I love this one, but I just don't think I love them together. And that's totally fine. They did work. They did work, but it just felt like it was missing something. So just let me adjust you guys. I'll zoom in. At least you can see the cards. I don't know. It just felt like, yes, they complemented each other, but they were also kind of, there was something lacking. And I can't put my finger on it, if that makes sense. I think I just stayed with these 2 out of convenience because I just didn't want to change it up. Does that even make sense? I liked what both had to say. I just don't think I liked what both had to say together. And that's totally fine. Like I stuck with it in the hopes that it would click. Mm, not really. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to find the connection with the King of Swords. You know, that kind of way, like, as in, I'm not really understanding. So, protection and the Chariot. I suppose intuitively I struggled to see where the two, well, there you go. I mean, you have swords. So, I suppose like some of the cards might have complemented each other, but it was a case where I was struggling. Oh, well, now it's just showing me up on camera because now it's like cohesive. That happens. That happens. And I'm not mad at it. It's okay. Like, I could turn around next month and decide to, right, let's try this again. Okay, sadness and Four of Cups. Lord, making me a liar. Making a liar out of me. So just to show you, excuse me. Where is that? Oh, the guidebook is what I was looking for the Cosmic Crossroads. It's good. It's good. I kind of like the way we have like our little description, ritual, and affirmation. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's much else to it, is there? No, it's fine. I just kind of like glance over the page and see what took my fancy, if that makes sense. I love the book and the Starman Tarot, the guidebook, but the only thing is I found definitely this month was, one second, let me move these out of the way, that this is quite a hefty book. There is a lot of information. I'm just moving the decks out of the way. I found it slightly overwhelming because I just mentally wasn't in the space, I think, to really dive into it. Because it is a really good guidebook. Like, a lot of thought and whatnot has gone into it. But mentally, I wasn't there to take it in and appreciate the writing. I was like kind of in a place where I just needed messages and uplifting. So it was great. I just think I used it at the wrong time. So before I get into the next pairing that I'm currently working with, because it still is February, right? This is a practice I only got into about 2 weeks ago. I never thought of doing this. Well, I did, but I never actually put it into practice. And excuse me, I've been keeping a deck beside my bedside locker. Now, I don't normally do that. I don't know why. Okay. I have no idea. But I've been using the light series. I definitely went through a moment there in February where I needed a deck that was familiar, that was cozy, and yes, I could have picked one of my Oracle, but this is the one that spoke to me. It's nice and small. It's one of the minis, and it's absolutely ideal for what I wanted. And what I would do is, before I go to sleep, or even if I was just feeling really rubbish, that I'd just shuffle. And I would wait for a jumper card. Now that's not happening, so I'm going to go with this one. And I would just sit with the card. I'd look at it. I'd let my intuition flow. I didn't journal any of this, right? This was just for me to dive into. Well, my daily cards are too, but it was just a moment of connection with myself in whatever form I needed it to be. And then, of course, like, the guidebook is absolutely amazing. Condensed, but it's amazing. I was literally just on it, wasn't I? No. And so then I would just go to the guidebook as well as my own intuition, and then there you go. Just took in. I found it very uplifting, and it was exactly what I needed. So I suppose in a way I used it more as an oracle than I did a tarot deck. So that was really interesting, and I'm definitely looking forward to incorporating that more in March. And last but certainly not least, the pairing that I am currently working with and have been with the last week is the Inner Temple, which is this one. And that's my oracle. And then for my tarot deck, I am using, I don't have the book on hand, or the box, it's the Tarot of Secrets by Tess Whitehurst. Oh my gosh, first of all, this guidebook, amazing. I'll talk more about that in March. I don't want to keep you any longer than I already have. But these two together, look at that. Straight off the bat, look at it. Well, you have no choice because I have the camera on it. I love the way these two complement each other. Oh my goodness me. It's definitely sparking something within me that I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, what? They're so good. Now the cardstock on both of them is quite thick. So shuffling has been an absolute, like the Inner Temple has been no problem. This one on the other hand, it's too wide, and not too wide, it's too long for me to try and shuffle hand over hand. So I have to, hold on, I need to, because YouTube. But these have been so good. And like, look, the veil, the emperor, the in between. I just love how it's connecting. So I can't give too much of an opinion as of right now because I'm only just getting into it. But I look forward to sharing more of my thoughts in March. What month are we even in? Do you see what I mean when they're like really thick? I'm trying to separate them. Heck, that even worked for there, but we can't leave that there too long, so we move along. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me about my February. Let me know in the comments below what your February was looking like. And yes, I look forward to a more harmonious March going well. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Remember, stay magical. And if you haven't subscribed or liked any of that stuff, please don't forget to do so. And have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.